What we got, Lauren?
So yesterday, I broke an exclusive. And again, if whenever you're looking for the latest and it's not happening here, follow me at Lauren LaRosa on all social media, because we broke an exclusive, not I. We broke an exclusive that Wendy Williams, after being transported to a hospital, scored a 10 out of 10 on a psych or a competency test. So this test that she took, it was 10 questions she was asked, and she answered all 10 questions correct. The questions basically just help the person who's asking her these questions be able to determine, like, is she able to track? Like, cognitively, can she have a conversation? Does she know what's going on? Where is her mental state?
Is she incapacitated or not?
Is she incapacitated or not? So we were told exclusively yesterday that she passed that test with flying colors, which is a great sign, because as you know, like, she's trying to get out of the facility where she's living at right now, and that's their biggest issue. Is like they're trying to claim that she's not able to live outside of the restraints that she's living in right now.
Gotcha.
Now, to backtrack though, why all of this happened? Because I think yesterday when people saw, like, there was two stories that dropped. There was a story about an investigation that's happening right now with Wendy Williams' conservator, Sabrina Morrissey. And then there was a story about her being taken to a hospital. Before we were able to update people on what was happening at the hospital, I think people were freaking out. Because you hear hospital, Wendy, you're like, what happened? So what happened was Gina Monterosa, no, how you say Gina's last name?
Gina no, not Morris.
Monterosa?
Don't give me the line.
My girl Gina.
My girl Gina.
Gina was
Monterosa.
Okay, Gina was she. If you guys watch the Wendy documentary on Tubi that TMZ did, Gina is in that documentary. So she has been kind of like spearheading the actions that Wendy is taking to try and get herself out of all of it.
She's the president. She's the president of Connect Care Advisory Group.
She is a godsend. We had her on the Breakfast Club about maybe 5 years ago.
Love her.
You know, she's helped my family out with a lot of things too as well. So
yes, I love her. So this all sparked off because she sent a letter to Adult Protective Services, and in that letter, she was basically detailing the conditions that Wendy is living under versus how she thinks she should be living. She also, she called the circumstances very troubling around just her treatment in general, like not being able to come outside for fresh air, not seeing doctors according to Wendy as much as she wants to. She also talked a lot about just the floor that she's on and the confinement and it being a memory unit, the whole staff approval thing. And she was like, yo, y'all need to get somebody down here because this is concerning. Not only is it concerning for her health, but legally, there's no way that like her rights are not being trampled over in this situation. Right. So after that happened, now NYPD gets involved. So NYPD gets involved or whatever, and they step in. So now there are two investigations that are happening on the Adult Protective Services side and the NYPD side. And they're basically looking into the conservatorship to see, okay, is this violating her rights? And if so, how? Like, what is happening? Should she be in this situation? So I think with in talking to Gina and talking to different people that like are very aware of what's happening here, when you see a photo like this, and I printed out a photo from TMZ's video that they have of Wendy yesterday, where Wendy was so excited just to see somebody at the bottom of her building with a camera. She started waving, and it was like he had a Free Wendy sign, and he held it up, and she started waving. She was just excited to see someone who knew who she was. You got to start to think like this is a human being. Like, why? So then after that, police come, and there's a video of police removing Wendy from, what she calls a luxury prison.
Right. And she was walking. That's what I love about it.
She looked good though.
She walked out.
Usually she's been in the scooter.
She looked really good. She was walking. And it
didn't
look like she was
trembling in New York yesterday. It was Wendy walking down the sidewalk.
Shut up.
It was nice weather outside yesterday too, so it was a good day for her to be able to get some fresh air. But yeah, so they took her to the hospital yesterday, and she did that test. And a big part of this, is just getting some ammo so that she has some more backing. Because on the other side of things, because I had asked, like, well, why, like, what's happening with the court stuff? We talk about lawyers, we talk about the court, and they're like, yo, that just can take a minute. So, bringing these additional eyes in can get things going. So that is what happened yesterday with Wendy.
She'll be calling into Breakfast Club this morning. Wendy Williams will, to give us some more updates.
In about 15 minutes, about 10, 15 minutes, she'll be checking in and she'll be telling us everything that's going on and what happened yesterday.
Yes.
Y'all know the biggest thing when I'm like just running around or whatever, the biggest thing that people talk to me about from here is Wendy. Like,
of course.
People are so connected to her. They want to know how she's doing. They want to know if this is a real thing. People think that this is like not real because it's so extreme. I've never gotten.
I think it ain't real.
there are people that are like, I mean, I think that they know it's real. They just can't believe it. Like, because we know Wendy Williams as like Wendy Williams. So to see her now, people are like, how did this happen? But like everybody wants to know what's going on with Wendy.
That's what's up, though. She passed that test.
Yeah. She passed the test.
So again, Wendy Williams will be checking in about 10 minutes. We'll be talking to her.
Her and Gina. Gina will be with her too.
Live on air, and we'll be talking about everything that went down yesterday and what's going on now and what we should expect.
And she is calling into The View on Friday as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's kind of early for Wendy, actually.
What you mean?
Because she's... never mind.
She got Suzanne, though. She's working with her producer, Suzanne, from The Wendy Show. There was like...
Suzanne ain't helping her wake up this morning?
Yeah, but, I mean, she going... Not this morning for our show, but for The View. They've been talking and kind of... there's been videos coming out of her and Suzanne just like talking and preparing for The View. So I'm excited about that as well, too.
All right.
Random observation. Tory Lanez album slap. Crazy.
You weren't here that day we was talking about.
No, absolutely wasn't. But the album is crazy. Crazy. Just like Daystar Peterson album, the album that he did before this one. No. It was another one he dropped. He been dropping albums in jail because he dropped another one.
This is his second or third.
Eli is going crazy back here. I'm like, what is happening?
Eli. Oh, yeah, he like the Canadian dude.
Tory album is good, but don't it sound like you're doing Drake karaoke?
He does sound like Drake. I thought Drake was on some of the songs. I did. I did think Drake was on
it's like Drake reference tracks sometimes.
Eli is having a conniption.
Well, he actually
maybe it's a
like
Toronto
a lot
thing.
Of different people. I mean, because he sound like The Weeknd in some of the songs from Daystar Peterson. He can morph into anybody. That's something unique about him.
He's very talented.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a Toronto thing or if he's actually just doing Drake weekend karaoke.
But a lot of them all sound the same.
Yeah, it might just be an area thing.
Yeah, it might be an area thing.
Different songs, but I know the album is hard.
He be sample king anyway, but like just the production too. I was like, oh,
it's amazing.
This what you doing back there?
And that wasn't on no phone. That was some equipment that guy had in jail.
Oh Lord, I mean, don't in prison.
I don't know. That wasn't on no phone. Though.
He said it was over the phone.
Yeah, don't be singing to no man's equipment in prison.
Jesus Christ.
Don't know who took that photo.
All right. That's the latest with Lauren. When we come back, we got front page news. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Wendy Williams will be checking in about 10 minutes. All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.